As somebody who's a very competitive person and an ex-professional gamer, performance has always been, of course, the most important thing for me when I'm considering buying a new gaming mouse. And by performance, I mean general in-game performance, not just aim. But which of the details do I consider important? What I've noticed over the years is that there are two things that are by far the most important things in a mouse. And the first thing is mobility. Certain aspects have a larger impact than others, but shape, size, hand feeling, and weight to some extent are by far the most important things. And in my opinion, weight should always be considered in scale. So of course, a smaller mouse needs to be lower in weight than a larger one. Also, even mouse feet can have a large impact in mobility, but that highly depends on what mousepad you are using. The simplest way to put this, in my opinion, is that a mouse that's too large is bad for mobility. The second thing that I need from a mouse is comfort. But the mouse does not need to be comfortable from the get-go. I myself usually give a mouse about 2 weeks for it to start feeling comfortable. Comfort for me means consistency in performance and practice, and that of course means that I can keep improving at a faster rate. Any kind of pain, discomfort or injury can screw up your practice routine and therefore you won't be improving. Discomfort and pain can also of course decrease your performance. But those are the two things that I've noticed that are the most important in terms of in-game performance for me. I'm very passionate about in-game performance and the things that affect it. If you guys would want a full video about my thoughts on in-game performance and how much peripherals affect it and what I consider important, let me know in the comment section. But let's get to the topic, and my favorite mouse at the moment is the VAXI Outset AX. There are two versions of the mouse, one with glossy coating and one with matte coating. I usually prefer matte coating, but for some reason with the Outset AX, I do absolutely love the glossy coated version. I think it might be because with my grip style there is just so much hand contact with the mouse. But I'm not sure, because it's the same exact coating as on glossy Zowie mice and I absolutely hated that coating. But generally I do think that if you have sweaty hands, you should go for the matte coating, and if your hands are dry, go for the glossy coating. I've of course already reviewed the Outset AX, so this won't be a full review, but if you would want to see that review, click the card on the right corner. The main thing why I love this mouse is of course the shape. It's a very versatile mouse and I can claw grip it in many ways. The hand feeling and my in-game performance is good with all of these grips. With the Outset I'm probably also the most consistent I've been in a long time. My first shot accuracy might not be the best with the Outset AX, but because I'm super consistent, it always pays off. But I consider the shape of the Outset AX to be very good for a claw grip, and if you use ergo mice and you claw, you definitely need to try the Outset AX. By the way, if you're enjoying the video, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button as well. The second really important thing to me are the mouse buttons. And the main mouse buttons of the Outset AX are probably the best buttons I've tried in a long time for gaming. They are very light and easy to actuate and therefore really good for spam clicking. In normal use the click feeling might not be the most premium, but who really cares what the click feeling is when you browse YouTube or something. The mouse 1 and mouse 2 buttons also feel pretty much exactly the same, and it doesn't matter that much where you click the button from, so they are very consistent. Sensor performance and click latency is also of course really important, and with the Outset AX those are both extremely good. You just have to use the 2 millisecond response time setting and you're good to go. The click latencies on these VAXI mice has been very good. You can check Soul's reviews on Tech Power Up for more details. Those are for me the most important things in a mouse, but there are of course other things. And one is the mouse feet. The feet on the Outset AX are very good on faster pads, like for example the Endgame Gear MPC 450. These feet are slightly slower than the fastest feet on the market, and that means that with the Endgame Gear MPC 450 you get a little bit of more control. The glide is also solid on most control pads, but with the GameSense radar and the Outset AX, the experience is very muddy for some reason. By the way, I might have been too harsh on my GameSense radar review, because since then I've been enjoying the mousepad quite a lot. Moving on to weight, and I do consider weight to be important, but not to the extent that every mouse needs to be lightweight. For example, the Outset AX weighs 80 grams and it definitely does not feel heavy in hand. In this size category, it does not need to be 60 grams. The VAXI cable seems to be one thing that pisses quite a lot of people off. But for me with the Pulsar Microband G, I consider the cable to be excellent. I like these cables that hold their shape because they are easy to set up in a bungee so that they do not touch your mousepad or your desk. With this setup I can barely feel the cable, but of course the range of motion is somewhat limited. But that's basically it for this one. It was my first favorite mouse video. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Outset AX holds the first place for now, but I doubt it will be for long. I will definitely be switching to wireless mice, and there is no going back to wired after that. My future favorite might even be the Viper Ultimate Torch version 2 or the Superlight if no other high tier ones come near this summer. Or maybe the SteelSeries Prime wireless is actually good, but it's been a while since I've seen a really good SteelSeries mouse. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you enjoy my content, hit that subscribe button and see you in the next one.